Warning. This podcast may contain profanity. Our sense of humor could be considered childish and offensive. We mean you no harm. React to content. React to content. React to content.
Ladies, gentlemen, lizard people, welcome to another episode of the React Content Podcast. Happy March 31st to all of you, and happy birthday to the James Jones.
Yeah, James
Dylan, what do you got?
Jones.
Tell me a little bit. There's no way that's his middle name.
No idea.
Who is James Jones?
I think he's an NFL insider right now, but nobody cares about that. He's actually got a pretty neat story. He was him and his mom lived in homeless shelters in his youth. I'm not gonna go into his life story, but he lived in homeless shelters, and then now that he's presumably rich, he has a foundation that gives back to homeless shelters, which is pretty neat.
That is
Good
pretty
for
cool,
him.
yeah.
But as far as his career accolades go, start at the beginning, where he was an all-WAC second team, 2006.
Damn, I'm sure he got a trophy for that he just carries around.
I would.
I would too. Yeah.
Even better that same year, he was the New Mexico Bowl offensive MVP. Oh, prestigious award. Yep, James Jones. He was the 2012 NFL receiving touchdown leader with 14, which is actually impressive.
That's pretty impressive,
especially considering he never had a 1,000-yard receiving season in his career. 14 tutties.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, okay. And then he won the Super Bowl with the Packers, Super Bowl 45. Fun fact, he had a tackle every single year of his career, which is really odd. Pretty neat. But that's basically James Jones, a Packer and sneaky Raider.
He's also an all-time neck guy. Like, he just has like one of those necks. Like, he's got a neck like they don't make necks like that anymore, dude. Necks were different back in the day. All-time neck guy.
Yeah.
The only, real quick, he played for the Raiders. The only memory I have of him playing for the Raiders was the double fumble. And if you don't know what that is, look up James Jones double fumble. Someday NFL will give us the rights and we can play it right here on the podcast, but we don't have that kind of power. So if you're listening, look up James Jones double fumble. He catches the ball. He fumbles the ball. He picks up his own fumble. He fumbles it again. And that time, I'm pretty sure the Texans hopped on it at like the 1 yard line. So that was his time as a Raider. And I'm not saying that's why it was only 1 year, but after that year, we drafted Amari Cooper, got Michael Crabtree, and James Jones went back to Green Bay. But nonetheless, great memories as a Green Bay Packer. So great career, James Jones. I actually like him on Fox. He's actually a pretty good not talking head. So happy birthday, James Jones.
Yeah, go Pack, whatever they say.
Yeah, I'll say go Pack, go beer, or Wisconsin folks. But yeah, nice, dude. Happy birthday, James Jones. Someone who's not celebrating a birthday, probably not having as good of a time as James Jones is Luka Doncic. I don't know if you saw. So he's having family troubles, which that doesn't mean anything, but what it does mean is that he's having a little bit of a glow up, I think, because a couple weeks ago, I know he's going through some things, but on the basketball court, you would absolutely not notice. Because in his last 10 games, he went 31, 51, 30, 36. All these 30s seem like minuscule, which is crazy to the modern NBA. If you put up 30 plus, it's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But anyways, 31, 51, 30, 36, 40, 60, 33, 32, 43, 41. In that game where he got 41 against Brooklyn, he got his 16th tech, which is 16th tech for the second time because he just got a 16th tech during that 10-game span of incredible play, but they appealed it and he didn't have to serve his suspension. This one, hilarious tech. He got into it with Nick Claxton from Brooklyn, but after he got into it with Nick Claxton, he was like trying to walk by another Nets player and kind of pushed him, and he got teched. He got teed up. It was hilarious. Not a tech. But the LA decided not to appeal this one. And I think it's big because yesterday they played the Wizards, and that's a game he had to sit out. And I think JJ was like, listen, Luka, I know you want to chase Bam's record against the Wizards, but we don't need you to play against the Wizards. I think we got this. Will that Bronny play?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a good move if you think about it from like
Yeah,
the Lakers' perspective. Like we know you're gonna get another one. Let's just get this suspension out of the way right now.
for
Perfect
sure.
timing.
Yeah,
The Wizards, yeah. I mean that'd be real. It would have been funny to see Luka chase it. Which who knows if he would have. Obviously that's a joke, but
yeah.
that's some what do they call that? Not sky brain, but I don't know. They That's some big brain thinking for LA. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Big time. And dude, the Tech probably would have won the appeal process because,
Oh,
like I
for
said,
sure.
he
Yeah.
straight up he touches a guy's arm and kind of Luka touches refs harder than he touched that Nets player. With his words, of course. And I'm not saying Luka Doncic is out here assaulting refs. I don't know what he does in his spare time, but on the basketball court, he's not assaulting refs. He touched this Nets player, and they're like, "You're fucking out of here, dude. You can't go around touching dudes, Luca. This isn't
Travel.
Sylvania or wherever the fuck you're from." But
Yeah.
yeah, but they killed him, and they could have appealed it. They're like, "No, we got the Wiz. It'll be all right, dude." But the fact that they didn't appeal it because the Lakers I think they might be third in the West, might
Yeah,
be fourth.
third.
I don't know. But there's like a three team. I think them, Denver, and Houston that are all like a game and a half. They're all trying to get that third seed because the West
Yeah.
is loaded. You want the highest. This year specifically, you do want that highest seed, but they didn't even appeal it. They're like, no, it's the Wizards. We will win. It doesn't matter.
No,
If you're going to take a game, if you're going to throw a game, the Wizards is a game you throw it. But I'm pretty sure if once he hits the playoffs, that his tech's reset. He goes back to 0. In the playoffs, you have 7. Once you hit 7, you start getting suspended.
I
Or
didn't
6,
get that far.
which either way, that's a lot of techs. He got 16 in 75 games. He got 16 of them, but in the playoffs, if you have a 7 tech buffer, I might be wrong about the number, but either way, it does reset. It does reset at 0. So,
Okay,
but
well that's good because
but these last 6 games, he will not want. He'll likely. They're not all against the freaking Wizards. So like, yeah, smart move actually. Just to like whatever, Luke. I know you wanted to do that for Kobe. Take down Bam, but sorry, buddy, you got to take a break.
yeah,
Maybe Bronny can chase the Bam. Bronny chased the Bam though.
yeah, if he was playing against Air, he might have a chance.
He would have a chance, all right, against Air. He's in the NBA and he got there fair and square. So let's give him some respect.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No nepotism. That's not how he got in the league.
No,
Nope,
no, he
absolutely
deserves to
not.
be there. My dad's a truck driver.
So
I
we
don't
deserve to
drive
be here.
trucks.
Dude, all right, we'll go on to the next thing. On this whole like everyone trying to do it for Kobe to get Bam not off the list, but not on next. I don't know how familiar you are with the Bucks roster, but Kevin Porter Jr., who is a good player, but he's a role player and whatever. No disrespect to Kevin Porter Jr., but he on a podcast said the other day, he's like, dude, I gotta get 84 for Kobe. Like, I fucking hope you do.
84 in a season.
If Kobe's looking down from heaven right now, he's like, man, I really hope somebody breaks off Bam's stat. His short list of dudes that might redeem him, that give him vengeance. No disrespect, Kevin Porter. I don't think he's on Kobe's short list, dude. Maybe they play the Wizards soon. He's like, dude, I gotta.
Yeah, it's just like he's gonna be that kid from High Point, just pulling up from half court for no reason at all. Well, that was winning for that guy.
And if he does that every possession, and he makes, we'll call it 20% of them, I don't know. He's got a chance. I don't know what 80. I don't know what 84 divided by 3 is. Like, I don't know how many threes he has to make to get there, and I'm not gonna do the math, but it's a lot.
Okay,
it's a lot.
Okay, but imagine this. Kevin Porter Jr. goes for 84? 84?
Yeah, 84 is the new
He
high.
goes for 84, but they lose 168 to 84.
That's a new record book. Yeah, Kobe got 81, dude. Will got 100, and Kevin Porter fucking Jr. and Bam Adebayo are on the list now. Yeah, 2026 is wild, and people are scoring. It would be sick if he scores like 101 points, and they lose like 120 to 101. It's all the Kevin Porter show. Yo, Giannis is out. Someone's got to carry this team.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Shit. Whatever. I don't even know. Sorry, Luke. I'm sorry you couldn't chase the record, but I still love you. I don't care if you neglect your family. I neglect mine. I'm neglecting him right now. No judgment at all. And he might not be. That lady might be crazy. She might be good. I don't know. We'll go on to the next one.
A lot of allegedly that we will do on this podcast forever. Allegedly.
Yeah. But dude, so this is a good time of the year, right? We got NBA about to be playoffs. Huge. We got March Madness going on. Huge. And probably what people are talking about the most, we got the start of the UFL, spring football. So some of these, from what I hear, some of the guys that play in the fall are taking their talents to spring football, probably by choice, not because they just don't want to be in the NFL anymore. So they're going to play UFL.
These are just guys that love ball. They could be in the league. They're in the league, as far as I know.
They're in the league. They're in the UFL.
Yeah, they're in the Premier League. Yeah.
All jokes aside, though, these guys that are suiting up for spring football, respect, and a lot of them probably is just it's A, for the love of the game, and B, because it's either this, getting paid whatever they get paid. I'm sure they're compensated fairly, but it's either this or they go work a normal job, and we can relate.
Yeah.
We work normal jobs, and we're making a podcast right now because we hate them. So I get it, dude. Go play football I'd play football for free. Battlehawks, sign, like, I'll do whatever you want for free.
Yeah, dude. I absolutely no disrespect.
Give me room and board.
It's for humor. In fact, I'm proud of these men. Proud of them because I know their names. Just kidding.
Yeah, go on though.
Okay.
Let's give the people some NFL caliber talent playing in the UFL.
Okay, so in the UFL currently, and there could be guys I'm missing. I don't know. A fan favorite, DTR, Dorian.
You got it written down. I got it somewhere. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Well respected in the Browns community. I can attest to that. People wanted him to start for most of the year last year until he got in there. Doesn't matter. Matt Corral, Ole Miss legend. Yeah. Way more fun. Speedster John Ross.
That is pretty fun.
Combine legend. Probably a millionaire still.
Yeah, for sure. He's doing this. He probably is actually doing this for the love of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if he worked on his route tree, he could be in the league. He's fast enough. Like, dude, you ran a 4.2, whatever, right? 40. You could be in the league.
Yeah.
Dude. Go hang out with Stephon Diggs. Not
on the boat.
Off the field. Go get into the lab with Stephon Diggs and get some footwork in, and you could be back in the league. But yeah, that is a funny one. John Ross.
Yeah, John Ross. KJ Hamler, who was another speedster, who might have actually met in person. Great guy.
Former Penn State legend.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, super good looking guy. Yeah. Lavicia Shenault. Yeah, super cute. Lavicia Shenault, Colorado legend before the Sanders stuff.
Yeah, he was a Jag multi-tool guy too.
He was actually on the Bills training camp last year. Didn't make the team, but
I actually thought he was going to be awesome. But yeah, go on.
He was more of like a gadget kind of guy, not like a true wide receiver. But anyway, I'll just rip off this one. Benny Snell, well remembered for the Kentucky whistling mouthpiece guy. I can't whistle, but I would do it if I could. And then on defense, Taco Charlton, all-time name, and Carlos Davis, big surprise, go Big Red, Husker, keeping it real out there. Yeah, there's some names out there, and that was just like a quick search. I'm sure there's other guys out there that we all love.
Yeah, I got a couple for you too, dude. The Birmingham Stallions, their coach is AJ McCarron.
No way.
Ted Ginn Jr., another speedster. He's a coach for the Aviators. Todd Haley is the OC for the Aviators. Let's see, dude. Denzel Mims is a wide receiver in the UFL. Kiki Kuti, who we all thought was going to be Houston's wide receiver 3 for the next 8 years. He's in there. Armani Rogers, tight end for the Gamblers. Damon Arnett, Mr. Guns Actual, first-round pick for the Raiders. I have his freaking – we'll talk about this another day. He's one of the jerseys I have. I'm cursed with jerseys. I think I broke the curse. I think the Max Crosby getting traded back – or not getting traded back, getting it nixed.
Getting untraded.
I think the curse is broken. One day I'm going to show you all the hilarious jerseys I have. And it's not just NFL. It's I've cursed the Raiders with my jersey buying. I've cursed multiple NBA players with my jersey purchases. But anyways, Damon Arnett, first rounder, Guns Actual. And then Lamar Jackson, the Lamar Jackson from the University of Nebraska. He's in there. And
nice.
I think that's all the names I can drop. But
it's a fun list.
It is a pretty fun list, yeah. And not gonna pretend that I care about the UFL, but I will say I've been watching some highlights, and it is still football. Some of it is the hardest part is the offensive line play. You don't even know if these quarterbacks are good because they are getting destroyed. Like if the Raiders can't roll out of starting 5 offensive line, the Orlando Storm aren't rolling out of top 5 offensive line.
Yeah.
And dude, if you're a D1 edge rusher and you didn't make it in the league, that doesn't mean that you're not uber athletic and uber talented. And that offensive line, the left tackle for the St. Louis Battlehawks, he might be a stud. I'm just saying it's not fair. Because that guy that's like that guy that's lining up at D end, that guy is athletic. That guy that's not in the league is because the market's saturated. That guy that's not the offensive lineman that's not in the league is not in the league for a reason, dude. But so that part's hard to watch, but it is fun. I will continue. I probably won't watch a live game unless I'm bored as shit. But I've been watching the highlights and Yeah,
I
but
say, I
fun.
say, put it out there. Though. Go watch UFL if you're bored. If you're
Yeah, why
cleaning the
not?
house, have it on in the background. I'm not saying go. Don't like on. Oh, it's Sunday. I gotta turn on the UFL. If that's
Yeah.
you, go for it. But I'm not doing that. But
No,
UFL
I'm
football.
if you're single and you don't have any kids, go watch some football. Why not? If you are married or have a girlfriend or have kids and you know that come fall you have to log like your wife is going to be pissed that you are neglecting your family. You got to log those weekends, save them for fall because like
Yeah,
you can't do
yeah,
that year round, dude. You got to be a father, a husband. Football's for the
yeah,
fall, but I will watch it. So good for those boys. Keep playing football. Your,
yeah,
your lives are
yeah.
still way cooler than mine. So I'm not
But
laughing at you.
but
I'm proud of you.
I think the true fun for UFL is happening off the field. Yeah. Okay. These fans care a lot. It was the first incident, if you will, is with Justin Ross. Justin with a Y. He was a Clemson star and a UDFA for the Chiefs. He is now a Birmingham Stallion. I could not understand the situation that they were walking into because it looks like they're in the tunnel, but yet there's like a bunch of fans in the tunnel.
Which is kind
Not
of a
for
cool
them.
concept. Oh, okay.
Yeah, not for
Okay.
them. Like I don't know. They were booing them. So the fans are booing them, heckling them, and Justin Ross was not. I don't know what was said, obviously, but Justin Ross confronts the fan, takes his drink, throws it at him, sprays everyone with drink, and then he has to be held back by the rest of the team like multiple times, like he's gonna kill this total idiot who's heckling him.
Bro,
He
you're
could.
already not you're already not in the league. You want to get kicked out of the not league? Come on,
Oh,
bro.
but he didn't get I don't know if he's going to get suspended or how the UFL rules work. But in the second half, he caught the game winner.
Nice.
So
Okay.
maybe
I
maybe
mean,
he needed that from the fans, a little bit
maybe.
of
Yeah.
doubt, if you will.
I mean, the UFL probably loves it. They're not going to suspend that guy. All publicity is good publicity, unless I guess like Puka Nacua plays for your team, and that's probably not positive. But there is a Nacua in the league.
There are multiple Nakuas in the league. We'll talk about. I will actually want to talk about Puka first because I think last pod we talked about him a little bit,
Yeah,
but
you
I
thought
didn't have any.
I said he was going to get a payday, and I didn't know that he was doing his best not to get a payday.
Yeah, I got a little more specifics. I looked it up. It actually just dropped a few days ago. He is being sued by a woman um, for allegations that he made some pretty wild. He apparently he got very intoxicated and he just started screaming "F all the Jews."
The,
That was his words, not mine. He started screaming anti-Semitic comments, and then after that, and then same evening, shortly after that, he bit, like we mentioned last week, he bit two women that night, two
whoa,
separate, two separate women. One of
serial
them,
biter, huh?
one of them, he just went like in their lap and bit her leg or something like that. Super strange. The other one, the lady was like trying to tell him to calm down, and he bit her on the thumb, like thumb in mouth, bit her. These are allegations, allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah. Innocent until
Court of
proven
law,
guilty. This is America.
America, bald eagles. But yeah, that's Puka Nacua. He's dealing with some stuff. He's got two brothers. They
Hmm.
both play for the Michigan Panthers. I know everyone's very familiar with the Michigan Panthers. Everyone knows
Yeah,
who they
Presti-
are.
prestigious. Yes, sir.
Just UFL teams. Well, his younger, actually, it's his older brother. Excuse me. UFL receiver Samson Nacua slapped a fan after the Panthers loss to the Battlehawks last week. I haven't seen the video. I looked for it. I couldn't find the videos, but apparently his brother slapped a fan. Um, and that's great for the UFL, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you're the UFL. You're a merge of one of the leagues with the XFL, and all they want is like that
Yeah,
pizzazz. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So, but not good for
Um,
not good for the Nacua family probably because he seems like they need to probably get a rabies vaccine or something.
I
But
mean, or do they lean into it? Because the third brother, Kay Nacua, is also a member of the Michigan Panthers, and I think he needs to step up here. Why aren't you in the headlines?
yeah, dude, why aren't you slapping people and stealing cars?
He's got to do something in between biting women and slapping fans. I don't know
And
what
you
that is. I'm not going to tell anyone to commit a crime, of
right.
course,
He also could
but
if he could get creative and still do something crazy and not get sued. You know what I mean? There's a place there's somewhere in the middle where you could do something to let everyone know that the Nakua family is a family of dogs
yeah,
and without getting in trouble. and people
I
will
have an
talk about
idea.
you.
His name is Kai, Kai.
Hmm.
How about he changes his name to Koi, and he starts jumping into koi ponds and catching fish with his mouth. Be a dog.
That's full
Be a,
circle.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Your brothers are out there grinding. What are you? What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm just disappointed in him. But anyway, that's our
I mean,
Puka Nakua.
hopefully he'll hear this and then he'll I don't know, bite a
Yeah.
fish on camera.
Where's his dad in all this? Why is his dad not in his ear? Do something. Hey, do something.
You see your brothers out here? You see this? I raised you better than
ridiculous.
that. Why are you acting like a normal person? Get out there. Get out there and do something crazy, idiot.
I'd be disappointed. I don't know. I'd be disappointed.
I mean, this one's, yeah, I'm really glad my son's not listening to this and be like, oh shit, dad wants me to start biting people. that's how I'm going to make him proud. I'll start biting people. Yeah, I can do that. Anybody can do that. But dude, I mean, on the Nacua saga, this is dated and the charges were dropped. But did you hear? I mean, Samson also took a car from some LA facility back in January, and it turned out to be one of the, I think a rookie for the Lakers, for the Los Angeles Lakers. His name is escaping me. It's not like a typical American name, so I do apologize to him. But his brother and his friend stole this guy's car. They thought I guess Samson thought that it was Puka's car. And they said it was like the similar, same make and same model, just like a couple years different. So it was like exactly the same car.
Okay.
But he stole this. Him and his homie stole this car. The Lakers forward reports it stolen, and they go get him. And they're like, "What are you talking about, man?" And then they dropped the charges. Like, "Yo, we thought it was Puka's car." I'm like, what? What are you talking about it? And does Puka and this forward for the Lakers just leave their keys in their car?
I don't know.
Did Puka know that his car was going to get stolen?
Maybe it was like a Kia or a Hyundai where like anyone can break in and
Maybe. I guess I don't know. I mean, even a rookie makes enough money. I hope it was a Kia though. I remember when Joe Flacco made it in the league, he went from like riding a bike at Delaware State to like finally owning a car. Maybe this guy grew up in some slum in some European country and was like, I can buy a car? Yeah, dude, you have to. You can't walk anywhere in America. You'll get fucking stabbed. No,
you weren't in the wrong, Samson.
No, I mean, if he really thought it was his homie's car, and then this forward for the Lakers also left his keys in the car, seems like that might not even, none of that might be true. It might be like our boy Samson not feeling very good that day, or feeling really good, if you know what I'm saying, and he got in the wrong car, or he was playing Grand Theft Auto the night before, and he's like, well, that felt good. Do that in real life.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, I bet Puka's at the facility. Better
go steal his girl.
Just another Tuesday. Let's go steal.
Yeah. I'm gonna make him take a bus home. Take that, Puka. Plenty of people to bite on a bus. You get away with it on a bus, I think, actually.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, that's the Nacuas. All right, yeah. You got anything else on sports? Anything on soccer?
Real quick. No. All
right, cool. All right, let's take a little break and then we'll be right back.
Like and subscribe.
All right, welcome back. Let's make some dreams come true, Dylan. Let's cure cancer. Let's go visit a kid. Let's give the people what they want. Let's make a list. All right, today our list should be nostalgic. Should be super fun. It was really hard to make, but today we're gonna do our favorite players that are retired. No Bills, no Raiders. It's not going to mean anything to anybody. It's super subjective, but it should be nostalgic. It should remind some people about some guys they forgot and kind of see where our head's at. But I'm going to let you go first. Before we go, though, can I guess your 1-1? I want to test the twin brain.
Yeah, I am curious what your thoughts are because I changed my perspective and my thought process numerous times throughout this. So yeah, let's hear what my 1-1 is. Let's hear it.
Yeah. I mean, so I also had to go back. I went back and forth myself. Like, is this players that I just liked watching? Is it how good they were mixed with how much I liked watching? You know what I mean? If it was just players that I liked, it probably wouldn't be performance based at all. But I did try to pick guys that were really, really good at football for some time, and also guys I loved watching playing football. So we'll see. But if I get it right, which would be obviously crazy because there's been thousands and thousands of players in the league since we started watching football. But if I'm right, you can keep that 1-1, of course. If I'm wrong, it is going to be my 1-1. And if I am wrong and you love the name, you can't change it. I'm going to know if you're lying. If you're like, oh, that's a fucking good idea. And I'm going to see the gears turning and I'm going to know. But anyways, all right.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna guess. Is it LaDainian Tomlinson?
No way, dude. No way. Look at that.
Dude, not the that's my one. Are you serious? That's your 1-1?
Yeah, can you not see that?
Oh my
Look at
God.
it.
Dude, I knew it. I knew when I was making this list. He's like, when I was making the list, when I wrote him down, I was like, immediately, I was like, I've never seen anybody more electric in my whole freaking life. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I freaking knew it, dude.
What's electric is I went through my process was I don't want to pick old guys because I didn't watch them play. So I didn't want old guys, but I thought about guys that I wish were Bills. To be honest with you, that's like where my mind went. And yeah, he was the greatest football player I've ever watched, in my opinion, or that like could have. Yeah, LT, dude. How did you do that? That's insane. That is absolutely nuts.
That is pretty crazy. But I just knew it. I knew it.
Holy
I'm pretty
shit,
impressive.
okay.
People talk about it.
LT's my first pick. Okay.
Yeah, great pick, dude. It would have been my one.
That's actually bonkers. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Okay.
All right. I think for my 1-1, this is really in like no particular order except for the 1-1, which is pretty wild stuff. I think I'm gonna go Deshaun Jackson.
Really?
The ultimate. I know he did play for the Raiders, but nobody even remembers that. So everybody can shut up. He wasn't a Raider. He was an Eagle, and he was a Washington Redskin.
You're cheating.
Why?
He was a Raider.
That's dude. He wasn't. That's like saying Antonio Brown was. That's not quite the same thing.
I'll give it to you.
If I picked Warren Sapp, would that be off the table? Warren Sapp played
part of
like if they played one season with your favorite team, they weren't a Raider, dude. You know what I mean? I can't think of a Bills equivalent. If we weren't doing retired players, would I not be able to pick Von Miller because he played for the Bills for one season?
That is the criteria I went with.
Whatever, dude. Deshaun Jackson was not a Raider. He was an R word and an Eagle, and that's my. I can pick another 1-1. I can. Or
What's
my
an R
1-1.
word?
Redskin.
He was famous somewhere else, I thought. Did he play for the Bucks at the end of his career?
Yes.
Anyway, Deshaun Jackson.
See, dude, most people wouldn't even know that he played for the Raiders.
I know, but I made a list, an alternative list for guys just like that who nobody would know that they played for your team.
Well, now you know that you can pick. Like if Randy Moss is on your list, but he played for the Raiders for 1 year and purposely got kicked out, he is available.
Fair enough. Okay, so right. That's yours, Deshaun.
Deshaun Jackson, electric.
My number 2 pick, my first vocal pick, is Ray Lewis because despite his fake legal trouble and all that crap, Ray Lewis was a freaking freak.
Yeah.
So again, I went with this like guys that played in the era I watched and guys I wish were a Buffalo Bill. Also, I fist bumped Ray Lewis at the Bills-Ravens opener this year with his Super Bowl ring on. Unrelated, but no. I couldn't feel anything at that point. That same day I saw Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. But anyway, Ray Lewis, LT, nice. Ray Lewis, baby.
Okay.
So that's the thing about this list is I'm not going older guys because there's
I didn't watch
players.
Them. Yeah, I mean, there's way better players than Deshaun Jackson. I just loved. Sometimes speedsters don't work out in the NFL.
Dude,
Deshaun Jackson worked out.
I love your thought process on this. I can't wait to hear your list. My list is going to be way better, I think.
Yours is going to be better from a performance standpoint, it sounds like. Because my next pick is, once again, not anywhere close. All right, here we go. My next pick is Darren Sproles.
On my list, dude.
Dude, I know going back, he was absolutely electric. He returned kicks, punts. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. He was like 4 feet tall. That's an exaggeration, but he was a little guy with calves the size of James Jones' neck. Like, absolute monster. I love Darren Sproles.
Yeah, your list is fun. My list isn't that fun. Your list is fun. And I'm not going to go down the list because my list is fun, but I went with a different mentality. But I love that. Darren Sproles was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was between him and I'm gonna give you a bone here because I can't pick both of these players. It was between him or Danny Woodhead, were like my two, my short king. But
I was gonna bring him up in honorable mention. I'll just go ahead and I was gonna rope Danny and Rex Burkhead together. One is from Nebraska and the other one is a Husker.
Yeah.
Not my pick though. Not my pick.
Right. No. Yep.
My number 3 is Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Freak of nature. Quit because the Lions are freaking terrible franchise until recently. Calvin Johnson, dude. That guy should not exist.
Yeah.
Absolute freak. He played with like not any other team, but probably just about any other team. He would have played longer, but he's not like he was never gonna like be the greatest of all time longevity wise, I don't think. Like he's not Jerry Rice or even like Mike Evans. He's way better than Mike Evans, but you know what I mean. Calvin Johnson. Nasty.
Yeah, absolutely nasty. That's a great pick. Yeah, dude, like I said, this is so hard to do. So I just have a list of dudes. I didn't even think about. I do have people crossed off, but I started crossing them off before we talked last night. We're like, all right, retired guys only. So I was narrowing it down. So now I have this. Now I still kind of like open my list all the way back up. But all right, I can do this. I can do this. I'm gonna go Brian Cushing.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, just an absolute psycho, like an actual psycho, like a Brian Dawkins level absolute lunatic. He was Antonio Brown level of psychotic in a violent in the violent way.
Yeah,
Awesome dude.
no,
Yeah.
absolute lunatic. A crazy person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great pick. Your list is our lists are so much different. That's so fun.
I just picked players that I remember watching and remember being like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Want more of that. I never thought about it like guys I wish played for the Raiders. Mostly because the Raiders have sucked my entire life. So I guess I don't even think about the Raiders' success. I think about football.
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Raiders. I'll just go ahead. My next pick is more fun than the other guys I picked. Devin Hester.
Great pick. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, worth nothing as a wide receiver. Not worth nothing. You know, I love you, Devin. You know, I love you. But that guy is a Hall of Famer. I'll also put Steve Tasker in the Hall of Fame. Unrelated. Devin Hester, Hall of Famer. The dude, at any given time, if you kick it to him, somehow he's gonna take it to the house. It actually doesn't make any sense. It really does not make any sense how you can keep doing that.
It's not just about being fast, because John Ross, very, very fast. He's not even on a. Obviously, we don't really have kick returns like we used to anyway, but nonetheless, yeah, it's not. He had vision unparalleled to anybody else that's ever played. Him and like Dante Hall, I guess, would be another equivalent, but
yeah,
wild, dude. And
awesome.
What's crazy is, so yes, we say like when he caught a kick return, there was a chance he was going to take it back. He probably has what, like maybe 25?
It's 20 something. Yeah.
It's like him and Cribbs, maybe.
Dion.
Yeah. Josh Cribbs back in the day was electric. All right, that's honorable mention stuff, but yeah, Hall of Famer just for returning kicks. We'll never see that again.
No.
We'll never see that anything like that ever again. Of someone.
Let's not say that. Let's not say that. Let's keep hope alive though. You know, let's keep hope. Yeah. This is a make a list. You know, this is a make a list. Let's keep hope alive.
Yeah, it is still alive. All right, it's my pick, and I want you to know, I was going to pick Phillip Rivers, but he's not retired. He played for the Colts last year.
Yeah. Okay. I'd love Phillip too. Dadgummit.
Yeah. I mean, electric guy, but I'm not going to talk about him because he's not retired. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with a low-key thumper. I'm gonna go Troy Polamalu. Dude, you see him in all the Head and Shoulders commercials, and you think, oh, that guy's so nice and has beautiful hair and beautiful teeth. Absolute savage on the field, a monster. Yeah. Like he destroyed people on the field. Super fun. I hated the Steelers growing up too, but Troy Polamalu, obviously the dope hair and all that, it's like he makes him more of a polarizing figure. But he was that good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Super hard hitting guy, which you can't really get away with the shit he was doing anymore because. You hit people hard, they throw a flag.
That's a good pick.
Thanks.
It kind of goes against some of the other guys you picked because he's like a true one of the best, you know. But I love. Sure. You're doing great. You're doing great.
But if people didn't grow up watching Troy Polamalu and they only watch his commercials, they'd be like, "Oh, he played in the league and he's a kind of like a soft-spoken, beautiful-haired angel." But he was a freaking savage and super fun to watch play football. So
yep. The NFL's changed so much that like safeties don't get any gloat anymore. But like the Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins, Troy Polamalu, freaking who's the GM for the Niners? John Lynch, Ronnie Lott, like true psychopaths that just wanted to hurt people. Like Troy Polamalu was amazing, but yeah, also like that soft-spoken kind of a weirdo if you think about like the contrast from being a player to like how he is. That's a good pick. You're approved.
Yeah, appreciate it.
My turn. It's on the
list.
A true gunslinger. Probably the last one that'll ever exist because interceptions are just like a big no-go nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
Which, man, like if I would have had a different thought process in this list, I'll do honorable mentions later, but I'll bring it back up later. But Brett Favre was a freak. Well, the only jersey that I've ever worn that it wasn't like part of a Friends thing or whatever was Brett Favre. Like Brett Favre was an animal. But played the game differently. Like we'll never see a Brett Favre be able to get away with something like that ever again. Brett Favre was awesome.
Yeah,
and he stole much money from like welfare kids.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
isn't
not cool. Dude, I mean, shout out to James Jones again. He was Brett Favre's like wide receiver for at least like 2 years, and he didn't. There's no evidence that he got anything stolen from Brett Favre. So smart guy. He can catch footballs and he's smart. That's pretty impressive stuff. Good for you. Shout out to James Jones again.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, James. All right. So my last pick. That was your last pick. Just for the record, I was going to go Cordero until you said Devin Hester, but like they're not quite the same. Cordero, him switching to running back and finding a new like life in the NFL is pretty cool. So I was going to pick him, but I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with someone a little more modern day that I think we all can relate to is Julio Jones. He retired. I just looked it up. That's what I was doing on my phone. He retired April 4th, 2025. He's retired.
Nice.
Absolute stud, dude. He could have played safety in the NFL if he wanted to. You know what I mean?
He could do anything, probably, yeah.
Yeah, absolute stud. I mean, that's one that you didn't have to be football aware in the 20 teens to know who Julio Jones was. If you've been watching football the last 2 years, it's probably pretty rough. But the last like 6 years, you know who Julio Jones is. And even though Matt Ryan was dude, he would have had I love Matt Ryan, he's a very successful quarterback. If he had a different, competent quarterback, he might have broken every single record ever made. I know Matt Ryan's good, but Matt Ryan was allergic to the red zone. And Julio is a huge human being. As soon as Matt Ryan got in the red zone, something about him made, I don't know, he couldn't do it. I got to hand the ball off or something. He couldn't do it. So if Julio Jones would have had, for Tom Brady or Drew Brees or someone with a little more dog in him, I think. No disrespect to Matt Ryan, but Julio Jones could have absolutely. He could have been talked about as like the best wide receiver of all time, in my opinion. And in our lifetime, in our like actual coming of age and being football aware in our brains, him, Antonio Brown, yes, Calvin, but we were way younger.
Yeah.
There is a conversation that he could be the best wide receiver from the time he got drafted until the time he left.
Yeah, Julio's incredible. Yeah. Great list.
Yeah, all right, dude. So we picked 5. Who doesn't love a good list, dude?
So I have 2 honorable mentions category. My first one was a joke. Initially, I was putting together like some guys that were studs when I was growing up, and after I started the list, I realized they were all Raiders. Okay, Alden Smith, DUI machine.
Yeah.
Fontez Perfect, psychopath. Henry Ruggs, technically not retired.
Not retired, dude.
We'll see. And Antonio Brown. I put that list together before, like when I was just like, man, I love these guys. Those are all Raiders. Can't pick them anyway.
I mean, everything you said is correct, except for Antonio Brown. He literally never even suited up for the Raiders.
I get
another jersey that I have, by the way, that I've.
Yeah, I know you got that one. He was supposed to be a Bill.
I wish he would have. I wish he would have fucking ruined your franchise instead of mine, but.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, absolutely incredible. All right, I got some honorables. I got some honorables that might make you happy, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Danny Woodhead. We talked about him. That's awesome. In the same vein, I'm just going to list off 4 charges for some reason. Danny Woodhead, Eric Weddle, Antonio Gates, Philip Rivers isn't retired. Doesn't count. Dude, remember LeGarrette Blount?
Oh, yeah.
Out there punching folks. Anquan Bolden, Vernon Davis, Ocho Cinco. Yeah, once again, Bill, but LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, he was a Bill for a couple of years, and he had a good time. Yeah, that's a good list. Yeah. My Bills Raider honorable mention guys I put on the list and was like, oh no, these guys were Raiders or Bills. Okay, Warren Sapp. Yeah. I actually didn't know he was a Raider.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of these, like,
I didn't know.
If they didn't have the reputation of being a Raider or a Bill, I'd kind of, because Warren Sapp was also on my list. I didn't say his name, but he's not a Raider. Sorry, Warren.
I get you. So Warren Sapp, Marshawn Lynch. I bet very few people know that he was a Bill or a Raider. Maybe people probably know. They might know him more as a Raider than a Bill because
I would agree with that. He was
drafted by the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Sapp, Marshawn Lynch, Terrell Owens, 1 season with Buffalo, Sean Merriman, who was awesome, lights out, Chargers. And I had Randy Moss on the list too, but I know nobody remembers any of these guys as Bills or Raiders, but they were Bills and Raiders. Not collectively, but yes.
Yeah, I could go all day, dude. Brandon Marshall,
so long.
Marshall, Chancellor, Patrick Willis, Rodney Harrison, Tyrann Mathieu, not retired, Honey Badger, insane. Jalen Ramsey, not retired, insane, especially in his prime and then Jacksonville. Richard Sherman, Pat McAfee. If you can make onside kicks work, you're cool in my book. Cordell Patterson, Chris Johnson, speedster, Alshon Jeffrey. For some reason, I just had a strange, nice feeling about Alshon. I just liked him a lot. Jay Cutler, D-Hop, not retired. I think he still has some left in the tank, but as far as like guys that we watched growing up, dude has alien hands. Vernon Davis, Michael Vick, Steven Jackson, Arian Foster, Jordy Nelson, Raider. Alvin Kamara he's going to retire soon, but we need to appreciate how great Alvin Kamara was. Yeah, AB, Mr. Big Chest, Clinton Portis, James Harrison, Aqib Talib, Brian Dawkins. You said Favre, Adrian Peterson. I know he continues to make himself hilarious online, but damn, was he good at football. Jared Allen, Ndamukong. I couldn't do it. It's too much a homer pick, but Sue, obvious.
Yeah, I had him on my list, listed as a homer pick.
Yeah, dude, that was fun. Super nostalgic and interesting. You had straight up Hall of Famers, and then I ended with, I guess, just Polamalu and
these are fun lists, dude. It's fun.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, fun.
Julio is a future Hall of Famer. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm happy to make all the kids' dreams come true, giving them this list. Yeah. Let's take a little break, and then be right back.
Like and subscribe.
Welcome back. Let's wrap up the show with a little bit of positivity. So, I want to know, Dylan, tell me what you love, because we got to love what we have. We got to appreciate the little things. What do you love, man?
I love, and I'm an old man now, but I love after a night at the bars. We're getting back, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. My buddy used to live right next to this place in Lincoln, Nebraska. Very, very popular drunk food. De Leon's, man. The original on West Street in Lincoln, Nebraska, dude. They have a walk-up window.
Yeah, dude, monster burritos. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, dude. I would order 2 of them back when calories didn't matter. We'd be running like 6, 7 deep, and I guarantee these people are like, get out of here, dude. What are you doing? Yeah, walking.
We got fucking one guy back here making these burritos, asshole. You're gonna order 7 burritos.
Yeah. Well, we'd wait for him. We didn't know where to go. Yeah, walking over to De Leon's, getting some burritos, putting them down, watching some Netflix comedy shows before bed, and waking up being like, what happened last night? That's what I love.
Yeah, dude. Obviously, I'm sober now, and it's not even just a drunk thing, dude. But that like late night walk to anywhere, like to the convenience store to get food. There's something about walking around at night, specifically when you're a little inebriated. But walking around at night is just it's a nice thing, dude. I have like this weird. Japan's really weird. Dude. Like all these streets are super tiny, but they still have like alleyways that is like almost not even big enough for 2 cars. Somehow these people make it happen. But I have like a bunch of alleyways that go from my house here to this convenience store. That's like, if I took a normal road, it would be like a 1.5 mile walk, but it's like I don't know, maybe half mile. It doesn't really matter. But every time I get to, if I stay downstairs late playing video games a little bit too long, or when I wake up at 2 a.m. to watch the Raiders or to watch football, and at like 6, all right, I'm gonna get my morning coffee, and I get to go walk in the dark by myself. That's awesome. Yeah, you gotta appreciate that. The nighttime strolls, they're better inebriated, but they're cool sober as well. So next time you need someone from a conveni and you don't feel like firing up the whip, or you can't fire up the whip because you've been drinking, go for a walk, look around, find a ghost. I don't know, but appreciate it. We only have so much time on this earth, and even stuff like that, it's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Mm-hmm. All right, enjoy it, dude. This was a lot of fun. I think my list is better than yours, but we'll let the people decide. That was awesome, dude. You have a great evening. I'm gonna go to work. React to content, baby. Love you, dog.
Love you, dog. Go Bills.
Go Raiders.